New evolution which is finally out of Clash Royale. On today's Clash Royale, I'm gonna show you why this Royal Giant deck is currently the best deck with the Evolution Witch. So guys, here we go into the first game versus Pele 1, 2, 3, and yes, Evolution Witch got an emergency nerf, so she's not able to kind of overheal, and she's always dying to lightning. That's at least the plan. Actually, Supercell fucked up, so she's still surviving lightning right now. I don't know if they already fixed that. They might fix it when the video comes out. But that's the plan. Before it was just like overheating, also surviving lightning. This is not happening anymore, so that's a really good information, because I think everyone was like, when the Evolution Witch came out, was like saying, how broken is that? How broken is that? But yeah, it's still gonna be broken, but not as broken as it used to be. Who are we playing against, bro? I honestly, yesterday when I like started playing on my main account, the first kind of day, I got to number 1 in the world. There will be a video coming in the next couple of days with. I was like, how good are the opponents, man, like in the first day? But now we're facing this guy, so we're just gonna freecon him, man. Level 9 cards. I feel bad for him. This are like these guys who are just like turning into Clash Royale. They don't really actually know level based or like level caps and so on. They just want to have fun, so I always feel bad kind of destroying these guys. So yeah, we're just gonna win this game and head up into the next one. What the fuck was this, bro? Level 10 cards, level 8 cards, bro? Man, I feel so bad. Next time I face this guy, I'm gonna give him the win. So, what is your opinion about the Evolution Witch? How would you rank it compared to the other EVOs? I think it's really, really good, but it's not really actually broken, right? I don't really think it's like a decent emergency nerf, or it's like one of the top 3 EVOs, in my opinion at least. So, this is just like my opinion. Also, of course, in the next 12 days, I will show you guys the top 3 best decks for it. For like the new balance change and so on. So, just so you know, guys, this is kind of the plan. Also, I'm currently like YouTube and so on. I'm not really uploading too much. I have like some stuff on my mind. Yeah. I'm really like apologizing, guys. I really want to get into the rhythm again. I'm also moving houses really, really soon. So like I have birthday soon. I have moving houses in like 1 month. So have to kind of prepare a lot of stuff for that. So I hope you guys kind of understand this. But yeah, it's like my first time like not living with my parents anymore. I mean, I'm getting also old, so finally. But yeah, living alone, buying stuff. You guys know, like maybe that's like the first time. Maybe some of you guys are like the same age as me, or like in the same position in life, where you're moving out of your parents' house, living alone. You have to buy all the stuff, making sure that everything is working, like Wi-Fi, internet itself, and all the other stuff, all the stuff around. So that's like really important. So yeah, just let you know, guys, soon. I mean, for you, nothing is going to be changing besides hopefully having more uploads. So just let you know, guys, there's some stuff on mind. But I'm really trying to get like more videos going, because honestly, currently, I feel like for me personally, the game makes a bit more fun than before. I can't really tell the reason, but that's at least my mind. What do you guys think about Clash Royale right now? Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, this is like a classic Royal Giant deck. I'm always telling you guys, I feel like I need to mention this once a month. If you want to upgrade a deck, upgrade Royal Giant. It's one of the most consistent decks ever. You don't do anything wrong with Royal Giant. It's just like so sold, and it's viable in every single meta. Of course, sometimes with Monk, sometimes without Monk, sometimes with Hunter, with Phoenix, but Lightning, Fireball, right? Some switches are always happening, Guard, Skeletons. But overall, Royal Giant is one of the most consistent decks of all time. And you can always have success with it, and you can always use it and be successful with it. So this is like just like a general recommendation, even if you don't pay like the pass rare. By the way, code MOD is appreciated. Like use it, bro. Use the Royal Giant, man. It's just like such a overall solid or like card itself, and such a solid win condition, because you get all the way to tower, and I don't really think it's gonna get a nerf really soon, because yeah, Fisherman got a nerf once, I think, like, but like it's still one of the best evolutions, and I mean best cards. Then of course with the Evo Hunter recently, you got kind of the really, really good addition to this deck, and also with Evo Witch, it does really, really well there. So we just gotta destroy this guy, especially in a single, like, it's a really good control deck, right? Also last season, I don't know if you guys knew it, Petro finished number 1 in the world with this deck. I think the third guy, Wallace, also used Royal Giant. So Royal Giant is currently one of the best decks, and this deck just really works perfectly with it. Facing off versus Vitaco. So I'm just gonna give him a good luck, and I'm kind of thinking about going Witch first play, because, okay, that's perfect, right? Opponent just drops a Prince in the back, so we can be really happy about just gonna cycle our Witch there. And let's see, so we got Witch plus Skeletons. Okay, interesting. Decides to go Balloon into it, so I can just go with this. Of course, like against Lava, you might have a bit more struggle defending Balloons and so on, because of course Hunter does way better against Balloon and also Lava itself. But you also have to consider, I mean, Hunter dies to, like, doesn't die to Fireball Zap, of course, anymore, but it dies to Fireball Evo Zap. But you guys know, like, Evo Witch, I mean, yeah, Evo Witch just survives, like, everything, right? So you have like a really big counter push, and then you might be able to do something, especially Evo Valk does really well against it, or like that's pretty solid against it. but at the same time also it kills the skeleton immediately, so you're able to kind of make sure to always get the skeletons kind of back, to get the skeletons to kill, and get like the witch HP back. But overall I would say, yeah, I mean, like, Valkyrie still does overall pretty decent against it, right? But there's some other cards which just, like, sometimes she's, like, surviving all the time, right? So, it's really situational. I feel like it's sometimes really random. Sometimes it feels easy to kill, but people always have to save decent cards against the witch, because otherwise they're really struggling against it. This was, like, finding out yesterday when I pushed #1 in the world, and I'm also gonna upload the deck a few days later. With, like, a Logbait deck, and I always had to save my Valkyrie against the witch, because everything else was just like gonna die instantly. So this is kind of what you can kind of rely on when the opponent always has to save one card for your evolution witch. You can just like get more value out of the other cards. So even maybe the evolution witch in this kind of sequence is not getting too much value, or it's gonna win you the game. At least she's gonna be able to kind of bait out cards which you kind of need to have success with. Also, of course, the cannon card I feel like feels way worse. The Golden Knight feels way better. It's now also like dashing backwards. So I feel like these are kind of W changes. Also the Goblin card. As I said, I want to do a video about this deck, about this card already, or in the next couple of days. I think Evolution Goblin is really, really solid. But yeah, don't want to spoil too much. But I think like, Evolution Goblin is of course way better, but it's still not going to be broken, and it's really situational itself. So this is just like my opinion. But yeah, I guess now Royal Giant, man, you want to play defensive, you want to cycle your witches in the back, and then you want to have success. This deck is currently also ranked #1 in the world, and I think #5 or #7 or something. So like, of course, it's still early season, but this is like by far the only real Evo Witch deck which gets used in the top of ladder. So you really want to use it. And of course, if you hate Prince, which I think everybody does, this deck is the perfect deck for you to use. Okay, facing off against Hogs. So we're facing off against Dagger Edge. Of course, you love to see Dagger Edges. You're always happy, man, right? Like, normally when I'm like a Cycle player or using Cycle decks on top of the ladder, I'm always like saying, oh no, this guy has Dagger Edges. So I'm really, really unhappy about that. But like, of course, when you're playing any beatdown deck like Warrior Giant, this is always great. So I'm just gonna cycle my Witch there. I want to get to the evolution. Also, that's pretty well against the Knight itself. And also, this is the first season this time around where it counts for CL. So of course, I think I should be able to finish top 1k, but I'm really motivated to grind CL again. And of course do videos about that. I will always stream this CL qualifier on my Twitch, twitch.tv/mortenroyale. So this will be really, really exciting, guys. So yeah, really motivated to show my skill and hopefully qualify for World Finals again. Really excited for this year, and let's see if we're able to do that. So I might just go for my Warrior Giant in front of this, because I feel like he committed a ton of elixir. And I also have my log ready, so in case he has like gang or something, we can just go for a log. And Dagger just is not going to seal the deal, so I can just go for a log there. I knew it was low, so I went with a really good Warrior Giant timing. This is what does the deck, right? It's all about like playing defensive, waiting for the opponent's mistake. And there's like just a general thing about Warrior Giant, which I'm always talking to people. Of course, it's situational, but overall, if people ask me, when do you go Warrior Giant at the bridge, and when do you go in the back? I would say against Cycle decks most of the cases, unless you have a counter push like we had there. You want to go Warrior Giant in the back, because when they have like cannon and so on, or like a building itself, they can just always go like for their building against the Warrior Giant. You're struggling, right? Normally against 2.6 and so on, so you always want to go Warrior Giant in the back to kind of outcycle their buildings and making sure the opponent goes opposite lane. Then you get a defense, and then you can maybe you can go for another Warrior Giant in front of the defensive troops you just used to counter the opponent's push, and then you get the second Warrior Giant. You have kind of the double lane pressure you have. Against Beatdown, you don't really want to go with that, because the opponent, if you play Golem, for example, or Giant, and they go Giant in the back, and you go for your Warrior Giant in the back, they're just gonna go like for Prince behind this, right? They're just gonna go Prince behind this, kill your Warrior Giant, and then have a bigger counter push, right? You don't really want to do it. Even if you go opposite lane, you're basically just gonna lose your tower, because you just committed 6 elixir, and then they can just go Mega Man on top of that and just like take your tower, and you can't defend. So this like overall, I feel like the basic thing against Cycle decks, you more often want to go, or like mainly want to go Warrior Giant in the back. And against beatdown decks, you always kind of want to go at the bridge at the right timing to pressure the opponent, and then want to get as much value out of your Fisherman as you can. So this is just my general tips. Unless you, unless of course there's like some things, of course against Xbow and so on, you always want to kind of save your Warrior Giant against Mortar and so on. So this is just like some general things. Of course, it's still matchup dependent, but my overall Warrior Giant tips. So the Witch so far feels solid, bro. Of course, we're not placing the best opponents of all time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Witch evolution. I think it's like really, really solid. I don't really think it's as broken. I feel like people are a bit overusing it right now, as it always is when the new evolution comes out. But I think it's adding some gimmick to this thing, and I'm also thinking Evolution Witch will be like people will use Evolution Witch in CL, and also I'm making the call now. The same goes for the new Goblin Hut. Goblin Hut gets used in Clash Royale League next month. Okay, guys. Oh no, that's not a great starting. And normally I would love to go there for my. The thing is, like, normally you could think, why not go RG opposite lane? I feel like a single exam is a bit too risky because they might just like. You don't know what they have, right? Especially in this type of region. I think I don't need to tell you, right? They just have like the most stupid stuff on Earth. Okay, I have to go for my Royal Ghost there. I think it's a really nice Royal Ghost, making sure to kind of distract this. Okay, which is gonna get targeted there. Now I think I'm going Warrior Giant because he committed so much elixir. I still get value of that. And even if he has Prince or Mini Parker, I could just go Fishboy. This he also has to go like Zap and Mini Parker or Prince. Okay. Oh. Okay, yeah, of course. Of course. And that's why I'm happy I didn't go for Warrior Giant, because imagine we just got minions, bro. Like earlier when he read Giant in the back. Okay, I'm just gonna go for my boy there. Okay, what am I gonna do next? I'm just go Witch in the back. No, I'm just gonna go for my Royal Ghost, I guess. Okay, what the heck? Okay, Royal Ghost is gonna come down. Royal Ghost is really nice. Okay, he's gonna be able to take tower. That's unfortunate because Witch is not gonna do enough, but he's there to defend this. So maybe the Witch is gonna do something. So she's gonna like heal now. And now I might just go Royal Giant opposite lane. Because he's just defending, right? He goes on this. Okay, even if he goes minions now, which he probably does. Man, he got so much splash. This guy hates Evo Witch. I can already tell you that. Yeah, look at this, bro. Being just gonna clean up everything. And we're not looking even good, bro. I feel like it's looking actually horrible. Because also, how are we defending, like, Royal Giant Balloon? Okay, I will try still my best to come back this one. Imagine losing a League 4, bro. This would be, like, minus our... okay, I'm just gonna Skeletons there. I'm just gonna go Witch. Roy goes in the back. I'm just gonna cycle my first log. Maybe we need to cycle 2 logs against him. Okay, I'm just gonna go for this. Okay. Okay, great boy there. Great ghost. Nice king to activation. And now I'm just gonna go Royal Giant there. Okay, how is he stopping this? I don't really think he can. He might just go Evo Vike, but even for Evo Vike, we should take tower. Okay, he doesn't even have Evo Vike. I'm just gonna go for next Ghost there. Can we protect the Witch though? This would be... Look at this! Okay, great protection. I mean, also combination between Fisherman and Witch is like synergistic so well to keep it alive. Just gonna go for next Royal Giant there. Can the Witch please kill the minions? Perfect E-spell to make sure the minions are going to be able to die one shot. Together with the Witch, we got so much for the combination between Evolution Witch and Fisherman is crazy. Let's fucking go, guys. Yeah, okay. Nah, it could have... Nah, I'm bad. I was like, oh, my brain. And this is what I'm feeling like, bro. I'm getting old. Old Ankh, bro. Ankh doesn't have it anymore, bro. He just goes like for Fisherman. And I was like thinking, do I go Witch now? Do I go... I mean, he goes Bandit Witch. I was like, do I go Fisherman? Do I go Witch? Because... Of course, like, normally Witch is really nice because I'm, like, able to cycle from Evolution, but also, like, 5 elixir is a heavy commitment, especially in single elixir time. You don't know what this guy has, so it's fine. I'm just gonna go for my Ghost there. And let's see what he's gonna cook now. So we might have to be a bit careful, but he might have E-barbs, so my Witch is gonna do an actually incredible job, but he also has Rage, maybe, so I have to... Okay, he has Zap. Okay, I'm just gonna go Skeletons then. Okay, perfect. And now I can just go Royal Giant. How is he supposed to defend this? He has Ghost, probably. But look at my Witch just spawning, like, more Skeletons now. He doesn't have Zap anymore. So I don't really see him defending this. He goes Log, but he has to go now for his Ghost or Bandit. He goes Bandit. And the Bandit will die! Oh, I love this, bro. The thing is, like, you guys know, like, how weird it feels, like, using Witch as, like, a top player. It just, like, feels so weird, because, like, the same happened to Wizard, right? Like, Wizard was, like, always a card which nobody really used in top of ladder, but at this one point when Evolution Wizard came out, it was just, like, so busted. To be fair, what? But no, like, my main point is, I feel like this is kind of what I love about Evolutions. This is, like, the only real thing I like about Evolutions, because I'm personally not the biggest fan of Evolution concept. Let me know what you guys think about that. Of course, like, the paywall thing is a big thing. Like, you always have to kind of spend money on top of that, like, to unlock these. But when there's a chance of Supercell bringing Evolution into the game, which makes a horrible card good, I like it. I love it because then like the meta shifts up a bit. New decks get meta and so on. This is what I like about it. I feel like this is really important. But if they like make a card which is already broken, like giving him an evolution like Evo Cannon, right? Cannon was already busted before, and then also give an evolution, that's horrible. Same goes to Tesla and so on. But like have this seeing to like cards like Witch and also Wizard is really great. Also Hunter, to be fair. These are kind of cards which I love seeing getting an evolution. Also like other cards hopefully soon in the future. But yeah, GG's well played, man. Evolution Reach is really, really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this Clash Royale video. In case you guys don't want to miss any Clash Royale content just like that, make sure to subscribe, smash the like button. I hope I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for the next Clash Royale episode. I promise you guys we will be back really soon, and I hope for more consistent uploads. Thank you for your support and still watching me. I love you guys. You make my life better.